Coming up on Broncos Country Connected, a look back on the final audition for the Broncos 53-man roster and some of the best mic'd up moments from over the past month. Then the Denver 7 crew previews Russell Wilson's return to Seattle and outlines what we can look forward to this upcoming season. Finally, Steve Atwater catches up with Team President Damani Leech to learn more about his hopes for the future of this franchise. Broncos Country Connected is next. After a whirlwind offseason here in Broncos Country, the dust has finally settled as the team prepares for their Week 1 Monday Night Football matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. Hello everyone and welcome inside the UCL Training Center for Broncos Country Connected. With just 6 days before the Broncos season opener, we'd be remiss not to mention the journey this team has been on over the last 8 months. Since the 2021 season came to an end, head coach Nathaniel Hackett was hired and brought in almost an entirely new coaching staff. Then general manager George Paton traded for 9-time Pro Bowl quarterback Russell Wilson and locked him in through the 2028 season. And just a month ago, Broncos Country welcomed the Walton Penner family ownership group as the new owners of the Denver Broncos. Given all the changes, the Broncos have become one of the most sought-after teams to play for. Therefore, the competition we saw throughout the preseason was supreme. The last exhibition game against the Vikings served as the final audition for those fighting for a spot on the 53-man roster, and they left everything on the field.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Empower Field and Mile High as we are set for this preseason finale between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings.
You've got probably 3 or 4 guys that are really going to battle for that final, maybe number 5, number 6 spot. It'll come down to who can play special teams.
Looks like a great night for football. Currently 77 degrees here in the Mile High City.
Just textbook technique, make the tackle, strip the football. Big play for McTelvin Ajib, who's fighting for a roster spot.
Jaquan Hardy, big hole, then big back, jumps over a defender, then gets hit right in the pie hole at the 35-yard line.
Broncos running the ball here tonight.
Benito is making a couple of plays, taking his time a little bit in this training camp. Excellent play by the rookie second-round draft choice out of Oklahoma. Hands off to Boone, cuts back. Boone steps out of a tackle. He's out over the 20, runs through a tackle, and then is bulldogged to the turf.
We wanted to see if the Broncos could run the ball tonight. How about 5 carries, 43 yards for Boone?
Mannion drops a throw, throws a dart right side. That ball snatched out of the air as Damari Mathis of the Broncos on the coverage.
3rd down and 3. Broncos bring some pressure, they can't get home. And finally they do. Benito was first there. Wazarique finished the job. Here's Brett Ripon. Rolling up and firing a man wide open, and it's caught.
Denver with a 4-man rush. Mannion will be hit and dumped inside the Viking 20-yard line. The ball is free. McTelvin Ajib knocked the ball free from Sean Mannion. Baron Browning scooped it up and rumbled into the north end zone. 17-yard touchdown return of a fumble by Baron Browning.
27 players were cut 2 days after Denver's 23-13 win over the Vikings. Of those who made the final 53-man roster, 16 players were not with the club in any capacity last season. Of Denver's 9 draft picks, 8 made the team, meaning only 5 of the 19 players who have been drafted by George Paton over the last 2 years are not on the initial 53-man roster. And wide receiver Jalen Virgil, the Appalachian State product, became the 18th rookie college free agent in the last 19 years to make the final roster out of training camp. One guy who made his mark throughout camp and the preseason was quarterback Brett Ripon. After being initially waived from the team the previous 3 seasons, Rip won the backup job this year after a hard-fought battle with 14-year pro Josh Johnson. Rip was just one guy the Broncos mic'd up over the past month. Others included Pat Surtain II, Bradley Chubb, Cortland Sutton, and even Coach Hackett. Here are some of their best moments while wearing the wire.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will tell you guys honestly and truly, I have seen every episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at least twice.
Slide, get down early, I can protect you.
Absolutely.
I keep hitting, like flag.
Hey, I can slide now. I played some baseball growing up, all right?
Go out here, do what we do best, make a whole bunch of plays. We get in this red zone, score touchdowns every time we can.
I'm on a hot mic right now, so I think I might have to say that, but.
That's a hot mic. Hey, did you take care of that rash you were telling me about? I don't want it to affect you during the game.
Yeah, we got it taken care of.
Okay.
Nick, go hype up the crowd, bro. Nick, I'm waiting.
Are you having a good day?
Yeah, I am. How about you? Here we go. We scoring every time, baby. We ain't kicking no field goals, bro. No offense to B-Mac, but only time you come out is for extra points. Come on, man. Come on, man. Give me some of that. 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 Come here, come. Let me get some of that. Yes, Sharky. Let's get. Come on, man.
Hey, we asked for a hard day. Make sure we got that hard day. And there's always that moment that you're like, man, if I would have just done that much more, right? Maybe one more rep, or whatever it takes. So just keep that in mind after when we tell you guys these real heavy days, right? That's when you got to gas yourself.
Hands, Birch.
There you go.
Got him, yeah. Good catch.
Keep remembering, first step. Great eyes, great feet. Nothing else. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about the time. Don't worry about anything else. Great eyes, great feet. Great eyes, great feet.
380. His head. Touchdown! Yeah! Yeah!
Coming up after the break, regular season football is finally here. Lionel Bienvenu, Troy Rank, and Ryan Harris will preview Russell's return to Seattle and what to expect from him in this entire Broncos roster this season. Don't go anywhere.
This segment was brought to you by Jack Links, the proud protein partner of the Denver Broncos.
Welcome back to Broncos Country Connected. The wait is finally over. Week 1 of the regular season is here, and with that comes the opportunity for the Broncos to show all the ways they've improved throughout the offseason. For what you can expect as this team heads to Seattle to take on Russell Wilson's former team, let's check in with Lionel Bienvenu, Troy Rank, and Ryan Harris.
Thanks, Alexis, and welcome to our Denver 7 segment brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Ryan Harris and Troy Rank. Here we go. I have one question for both of you, and it's an easy one. Are you ready for some football?
We are ready for some football, and it's so exciting, even though we have to wait an extra night for that Monday night game. But I can tell you, as a player, this is the most exciting time of the year. You know your role on the team, you get some extra practice, and you finally have an opponent that you can go and knock in the mouth. This is the best time of year for fans and players.
The waiting is always the hardest part, right, for this game. And for the last 6 years, Troy, we've been waiting for this. Since Super Bowl 50, Peyton Manning retired, this team has not really been fun to watch or fun to cover, right? But everything has changed since last season. Everything. And Broncos country is now full of energy, excitement, and anticipation.
As they should be, Lionel. Again, they were bad and boring for a better part of 5 years. Those days are over. You've got a caffeinated head coach in Nathaniel Hackett. You've got a new quarterback in Russell Wilson. So he's going to play well. I'm excited. At Seattle, he's going home. I can't wait, Lionel.
Yeah, of course, Russell Wilson is the story here, Troy. But the Broncos will only go as far as Russell takes them. But Russ will not ride to victory all by himself, right? I believe there's offensive linemen, there are some receivers, and some running backs on the field at the same time, and they all have to be all in on the ride.
Yes, WrestleMania is not a one-man show. Now, he is the catalyst, clearly, but they need certain players to step up, and that starts with the running game. Russell has to be able to trust that Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, basically, hey, slowly take it fast. Be patient. Allow the run game to develop. And then Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, it is your time to shine. And that's what he has to trust the offense. Resist the temptation to do too much, Lionel.
We didn't see many starters in the preseason, Ryan, so we really don't know what Russell Wilson and this offense is going to look like in a game situation. We saw it in practice. We saw it against the Cowboys for one day. But a lot of unknowns here, Ryan, as we try to predict what this team is going to do.
Well, the first thing you do know, though, is that KJ Hamler has his speed. It was great to see him in that final preseason game. He got hit and still stayed in the game. That's a huge plus for the Broncos. You also got to see Baron Browning make a successful transition from linebacker to outside linebacker defensive end. That's why you were able to trade Malik Reed. But I got to tell you something. Jerry Jeudy looked phenomenal in practice. He continues to catch with his hands, something that he had to work on. And he's getting that separation now that made him a first-round draft pick. It's going to be exciting.
All right, you mentioned Baron Browning, so let's talk defense, Troy. From what you saw in training camp, it's a mixture of veterans returning, some young guys, and also some free agents that they brought in from the outside.
Yeah, I feel like Mr. T in Rocky 3. What is your prediction, Payne? This group should be really ferocious. It starts with DJ Jones, the law firm of Jones & Jones, and DJ and Draymond. If DJ Jones is the run stuffer he's been with the Niners, it's going to set up this defense. It's going to allow for pass rushing opportunities for Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb. The team's going to have a lead. I know, a novel concept. That's going to bring into play their two best players. That is Justin Simmons and Pat Surtain. They are going to get takeaways and sacks, something that we really haven't seen, Lionel, since Super Bowl 50.
All right, Ryan, everybody wants to know, hey, what's your prediction for the season? And what do you think Russ and them are going to do in Seattle? So, what do you think about those two things right there?
I got them 11-6, starting with a victory Monday night against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, it will be choppy to get started. Remember, Pete Carroll knows Russell Wilson probably better than any other coach in the NFL because of that experience practicing against Russ. But this team, I believe, will start the season right by a 10-point victory over Seattle and go 11-6. But look out, guys. That stretch, you get Baltimore, Tennessee, Kansas City twice. That's going to be a tough way to end the season.
All right, Ryan. Troy, what do you got? Keys to the game in Seattle. What do the Broncos have to do to win, and what is your prediction for the season as well?
Well, I believe Pete Carroll, because of that knowledge of Russell Wilson, is going to see, can Russell Cook throw 40 times to beat them? Of course he can. Russell can win multiple ways. I see a 24-13 Broncos victory in the opener. As for the season, 10-7. It's not perfect. It could be a little clunky, but it ends their 5-year streak of losing seasons. It ends their 6-year drought of not reaching the playoffs. Hope will have returned, Lionel.
Sounds good to me. All right. Thanks, guys. One of the key guys on defense, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, is DJ Jones, big man in the trenches, big run stopper, one of the leaders of the dark side movement, and you can call him Big Daddy as well. As Nick Rothschild shows us, a new addition to the family has not changed his approach on the field, but it sure changed his outlook on life.
In the middle of Denver's defense, DJ Jones keeps offenses awake at night.
Sleeping like a baby, with a baby.
At home, Jones sleeps soundly, despite a new arrival.
Every day I think about her and try to hold on to her tight every day.
A.V. Jones.
It's my name, David, with the D's off.
His first kid, a daughter, born happy and healthy in August.
It's a blessing, man, because a lot of people have told me about how it was going to feel and how it was going to change my world, and they were exactly right.
Do you remember what was going through your mind and your heart the first time you held her?
Might have given me some weapons. I don't want her to grow up. I don't want her to grow up because I know what that comes with. That's a joke. I think she'll make the right decisions when she grows up because the man I'll be around her.
The dad DJ wants to be passed down from his own father, Big Dave Jones.
My dad was a big leader in our family, such a great guy. I want to be a father that she can talk to about anything. I want to be somebody she understands, and I want to be able to understand my daughter.
Being a girl dad may soften rough edges, but it won't change the way Jones attacks the gridiron.
It's easy to flip a switch. I've been playing ball for so long. Just knowing I got somebody depending on me, I know I got to come out here and grind.
Still to come here on Broncos Country Connected, learn more about the direction this team is heading as the Hall of Famer Steve Atwater and Broncos Team President Damani Leech discuss the future of this franchise. You will not want to miss it.
Broncos Country Connected is presented by Carpet Mill Outlets, Bigger discounts, better selections.
Welcome back to Broncos Country Connected. With new ownership comes new leadership, on and off the field. And one of those brought in to lead the front office is new team president Damani Leech. Leech plans to use the perspective he gained working at the league level to support the football side of this organization, while also providing the business resources necessary for the Broncos to become one of the most innovative and entertaining teams in the league. Hall of Famer Steve Atwater learns more about what excites Leech the most about this new position here and what fans can look forward to with him leading the organization.
During the process, I had an opportunity to not just talk with Rob and Greg and Carrie, but also spoke with Condoleezza and Melody. Did not talk to Lewis Hamilton, but I think just having a chance to really just kind of fanboy a little bit. Right. I mean, they're just amazing people, all of them, incredible business people, civic people, and so that was just great. And then once I got past that, really to be a great thought partner of theirs and work with them as they take on this new role of the organization. Every question I asked, I was getting consistent answers about their mission. They want to be successful on the field, but also off the field in the community, which was really exciting and invigorating.
In your role as team president, what does that entail? And also considering that you're going to be starting with new ownership, new head coach, new quarterback, and also a second-year general manager in George Payton.
Yeah, so the role itself is really, it's probably more about what it's not, which is anything within the white lines.
Okay.
So everything outside the white lines is my area of focus.
You're not going to be calling any plays?
I will not be calling any plays. Definitely not. So my focus is on the fans. And that is both the fans we have, the fans we want to have in the future, how we engage with them, connect with them, the different platforms we use, social and digital media, in-person activations, both at the stadium, in the community, around the state, around the world, really engaging with them. But it's also finances. This is not a not-for-profit entity.
Right.
This is one in which you need resources to plow back into your football organization to give them the best chance to be successful. And so we need to sell tickets. We need to have partners that can help support us, partners who we can also support in delivering their message and connecting with fans as well is really important. But I think the last is just the future. I'm very much about growth and innovation and what's next and how do we improve, how do we do better than last year, how do we set targets and grow from there. So all of those things, those are my focus, everything off the field.
Well, with your experience as a football player in college and also working in the league office of the NCAA, how do you feel that's helped you prepare for this moment?
Yeah, I think one thing is that football just occupies a special place in this country. Culturally, it does, right? It is just like the heartbeat of this country. It brings so many people together, and it's a tremendous honor, but it's also humbling to be able to be in a leadership role in a football organization. But I also, because I played, I feel like, and I said this to George and Nathaniel, I feel like I bring a level of empathy to it. I understand the challenges that they have. I understand the importance of being successful and connecting with your players, both on and off the field, and the role that I can play and my staff and team can play in helping make them successful.
Yeah, well, as you hit the ground running, what do you see are some of the first things you want to assess within the organization?
Yeah, well, as you know, I mean, the season is going. The season is off and running. And so my approach is going to be about listening and learning. I really, I think we have a great staff here at UC Health Training Center, but also at Empower Field at Mile High. Great staff of people. I've had a chance to meet just briefly, but everybody is really positive, a lot of energy, and they want to do well and do good things. And so I really want to get to know them, understand where they think they're being successful, what some of the challenges are, what are the opportunities, and really start to explore those. But early on, we're moving. The season is going, so I want to be supportive and amplify a lot of the great work that they're doing early on.
Yeah, that's awesome. In December 2021, the Denver Broncos were awarded the International Home Market Area in Mexico.
Yeah.
Why is it important that the NFL continue to expand the international market?
Yeah, the NFL here in the United States, right, is the #1 sports and entertainment property. Around the world, we have challenges. We have challenges from basketball and soccer and cricket. And for the NFL to grow, been incredibly successful in its first 100 years. The next 100 years is about global growth and development. And what fans connect to, what people connect to are players, they connect to teams. And putting our teams in a position to connect directly with those fans are what's going to allow us to be successful as a league globally. I think we can connect beyond Mexico City, whether it's in Monterrey or Guadalajara, other cities around the country. I think bring some of our partners involved on that journey as well, expand their relationship to fans in that market. I think it's a really great opportunity for us down there.
Right now, Broncos Country, super excited. We got Russell Wilson, got Nathaniel Hackett, new owners, got Damani Leech in the building. What do you see with this football team, and what are your hopes for this season? Obviously Super Bowl, but what do you see as your vision for this upcoming season?
Yeah, you know, one of the things that was most attractive about this opportunity was, you know, all of that new fill in the blank, right? New ownership, new general manager, coach, and quarterback, and the energy and excitement that comes with that, and being a part of that was something that was really, really attractive. And so my focus is on trying to support the football team, support the organization, give them the resources, the tools, the game day environment, so they can go out there and win every Sunday.
Well, that'll do it for the September edition of Broncos Country Connected, but you can stay up to date with your team by following @BroncosTV on Instagram and Twitter. From all of us here with the Denver Broncos and Denver 7, thank you for watching.